Welcome to Success Talks with Rodney Salisbury. I hope you will support my sponsors who bring you this podcast absolutely free and with limited interruptions. I really appreciate you taking the time to listen. I'll get started in just a second.
The reviews are in. The book from voiceover superstar and coach Rodney Salisbury is another runaway hit. Readers from all over the world are raving about tongue twisters and vocal warm-ups. You can find this and his other titles at the top of the voiceover bestsellers list on Amazon.
Why are artists selling their music catalogs? A long list of singers and songwriters are making headlines over multi-million-dollar deals involving the sales of their music catalogs. Most recently, it was reported that Bob Dylan sold his entire music catalog to Universal Music for more than $300 million. And Dolly Parton also announced that she may be doing the same thing. The sale of a music catalog involves selling ownership of the copyright in either songs or recordings or both, depending on which copyrights the seller owns. Are you looking for expert advice on advancing your voiceover career? Are you just getting started in the business? Join the Consultants Club and receive monthly coaching on how to read scripts, interpret copy, and get work in the fastest growing business in the world. When you join the Consultants Club, go to rodneysalisbury.com and sign up. Now, as a songwriter myself, I became really interested in ownership of my songs. And so I always made sure that whatever I wrote, I got it copyrighted, and I made sure that I had the publishing and writer's rights, because that's really important. And I was really impressed later on in life when Michael Jackson actually bought the Beatles catalog, okay? And that was a really big deal. Paul McCartney taught Michael Jackson about music publishing, and Michael turned around and actually bought Paul's music, okay? He bought the Beatles catalog. And it was a great move, and it taught me how important publishing was.
Hello everyone, this is Sean Daly for dailyvo.com. I want to tell you about one resource I highly recommend for vocal warm-ups because it takes out all of the guesswork and it was purpose-built with voiceover in mind. It's called Rodney Salisbury's Tongue Twisters and Vocal Warm-Ups with Other Vocal Care Tips. How's that for a title? So in case you don't know, Rodney Salisbury is a top-tier talent and coach, motivational speaker, and author of several books on voice acting, including You Can Bank on Your Voice and Step Up to the Mic. The book is available in print and on Kindle, and you can find it at Amazon or Rodney's personal website, rodneysalisbury.com.
Now today, many are wondering if this never-noticed-before action is a trending boom in the music industry, or is it something that has been going on for a long time? According to Harold Fliegelman, he's the director of entertainment at the Miami School of Law, he says that the sale of music publishing catalogs is hardly a rare new phenomenon. Recently, in an interview, he said, given the significant amounts of money involved, the celebrity status of the artists, and the current economics of the music industry, there's been substantially more coverage of such transactions in the financial press. The bottom line is this: there's real money to be made in music publishing, and valuations are rising, and no one wants to be left behind. And we'll be back after this message.
Baby, come give me something.
You Can Bank on Your Voice, second edition. Get your copy at Amazon.com. Get the audiobook on Audible.com. You Can Bank on Your Voice, second edition. Get your copy today. Many recording artists and songwriters do not own the copyrights to the recordings and songs they have created, okay? And Bob Dylan, he is a very astute businessman, and he's always been interested in the business side of music. So he's an exception to the rule. I know that David Bowie was also someone who definitely owned his copyrights. Taylor Swift, for instance, is an example of a person who didn't own the copyrights of the music that she put on her first 6 albums. And recently, someone sold those copyrights for about $300 million, and Swift was pretty upset. Be careful about the contracts that you sign when it comes to your music, because the bottom line is this: a deal is a deal. And if a songwriter signs something that is not to their advantage, they can't come back at the end and say, hey, this didn't work out for me. I'm upset. Well, you can't be upset if you signed a contract. Graylin Brown, the new novel by Rodney Salisbury. It's the heartwarming story about a family in Detroit. The Motown sound was alive and well. The Philly soul sound was alive and well. And the big three automakers were making wonderful cars every day. Graylin Brown, the novel. Get your copy at Amazon.com or wherever books are sold. I want to give you 5 reasons why musicians like Bob Dylan, Neil Young, and Stevie Nicks are selling their catalogs. Number 1, the Spotify effect. Spotify is booming, streaming is booming, and the valuations of music, both recorded and published, is booming. In fact, music streaming revenues hit $10.3 billion in the U.S. in 2019, and that's a 21% increase over 2018, according to the Digital Media Association. Number 2, low interest rates. Investors interested in buying music catalogs, they can stretch their dollars even further right now thanks to low interest rates across the world. And since the buying power of $1 today is likely to be similar to that of $1 tomorrow, buyers are more willing to pay more for a music catalog now than they would be if interest rates were higher. Number 3, COVID-19. The pandemic has definitely canceled the ability to tour. And so, if you can't tour, you can't make money. So you might think about selling your catalog. In fact, David Crosby of Crosby, Stills and Nash and the Byrds, he tweeted that he plans to sell his catalog because he can't work right now and because streaming stole my record money, he said. Number 4, the capital gains tax could go up. The capital gains tax could go up. Capital gains are taxed at 20% right now. But our new president, Joe Biden, wants to lift that rate to 39.6% for people who earn more than $1 million a year. The prospect of a rate increase is spurring some wealthy Americans to accelerate making high-priced deals, like, say, selling a music catalog. And number 5, last but not least, and this is really important, artists do not want their catalogs fought over in court. In fact, Dolly Parton recently said to Music Week that she's thinking about selling back her catalog of 3,000 songs or more, which include I Will Always Love You and 9 to 5, 2 great songs. About this, she said, I've owned my own music publishing company for years and years. It's very possible that for business reasons, estate planning, and family things, I might sell the catalog I have now. I've often thought about it, and I'm sure that I could get a lot of money for it. And a lot of times, singers sell their catalogs, especially the big ones, because they want somebody to own them that will take care of them. And we here at Success Talks are proud to bring you important information that can make you successful today, tomorrow, and forevermore.
You can listen to any of Rodney's podcasts at any time. Go to RodneySalisbury.com.
I hope you enjoyed this podcast, and I urge you to listen to future podcasts where I will continue to try and make you better than before. My goal is to point you in a positive direction to success right here on Success Talks with me, Rodney Salisbury.